All right. Howdy, folks. Welcome back. I told you I'd be back. A lot of chaos going on in the UK over here now. 90-mile-an-hour winds with this storm in the UK, just ravaging them. All right, coming over here to today's solar activity report. Call it what you will. Do you guys see what's going on in there? Well, we'll come back to that later. Let's get the loop playing. And boy, is there a lot to take in. So just kind of let that soak in there a couple of times. You know what I'm going to do is turn the brightness down a tad bit. Because this one down below here is bright and it's white, wrapped in plasma. And if I tilt the screen, we'll get the wavy lines, but I think you can see it moving through there. Let me scoot it up just a tad bit right there. Multiple objects. I mean, all over that one, this one, this one, this one, this one, that one scooting by. I mean, it looks like we had half the galaxy go by our sun today here. I mean, you can see all these spires over in here. Watch over on the red side, you can see as well these little moons wrapped in plasma. Maybe it's moving a little fast right now. Let's slow it down just a tad bit. I think I had the speed set a little too fast. There we go. All right. So let me go ahead and catch the opening frame here. We'll start frame by framing it. Okay, there's our opening frame right there. All righty, here we go. Opening frame, and as you can see, we got this event already underway. You can see a little round object right here at the leading edge. It's actually a good one to zoom in on here. I want to kind of show you what I'm talking about here. This little guy right here making a dent in the instrumentation right up here, wrapped in plasma. This little dark core right there is one kind of they're ghostly like sometimes like this. This is probably the ghost image of the frame before, because you can see there's a bunch of bright right here. In fact, it looks like there's another one right here, the top sticking out of it, wrapped in plasma. This is the ghost image. It's like a frame behind. All right, so let me zoom back out. So watch that continue on out of frame. Here you can see it kind of clearly there. Oh, watch this. You see how it kind of stutters there? Ooh, right there. You can see the round top of it right here. And then it blasts away, goes out of frame. Meanwhile, there's something sneaking out up there. Something else in here. It's just, they're all over. And another one right here. See this over here sneaking out as well. Another one right, whoops. Right there, it looks like. And then we have this event right here. Here's our round object. You can see the bow shock out in front of it. And as it comes out, it's going slower than the rest of the CME and the rest of the flow. And it has plasma built up on the back side of it right there. Okay. Also, over on this side, you can still see the teardrop effect of whatever passed there. It looks like there's one trailing in it in the very teardrop part of it. Another blast off the top here. Another something going on right here. That almost looks like the painting or something with the little pilot in it. I'll let you guys be the judge. You come over here and play with this too. Don't just take my word for it. You guys got to come over here and learn how to use this thing so you can take a peek for yourself and see that I'm just kind of reporting the data that they're giving us, and there's different ways to look at it. We got one here, appears another one there. You can see this round backing right here. So a bigger object with maybe a couple of moons right there. Let me back it up. What, right here? These couple of frames right here. So there's your loop. A lot going on in there. And what I'm going to do is kind of play it slow like that a little bit for you guys. And then we'll speed it up and watch this one when we speed it up here in just a second. More time there so you guys can kind of see nice and slow what happened there today. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed it up here just for this one event right here. Actually, maybe even a tad bit faster. Can you see it now? This white one coming out right there. And it's moving slower than the rest of them. It's almost as if maybe we're going forward through a big field of them, and some of them are moving faster than other ones or whatever, or we're going by some faster than others. I don't know. But you can clearly see that one right there. And that's a lot of activity, a lot of it coming our way too, you guys. So hold on tight as we come over here to the space or the solar ham now. And here we go. Let me zoom in real quick for you guys, just because a lot to take in tonight. So, boom. As you can see, it's just been boom, 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 boom. All that activity that we just watched, blast after blast after blast after blast. And look, here we are into tomorrow with 2 more already. So very active on the sun, very active, and a lot of it's coming our way. Let me just get right to here. Okay. 75% M flare. Okay. Should be 100%. We already had 2. 10% X flare. That's probably should increase a little bit because of this activity. These violent sunspots now, they're just sparking off a bunch of them. This one, 3559, and especially that one. 3561. Also take note, the next 3 days, geomagnetic storms for the next 3 days, G1, all 3 days. That might change depending on impact. Here's all the M flares: 2.0, 3.4, a 5.1, a 2.2, a 4.3, and a 2.6. Hefty flare activity. Excuse me. You can see our KP index went back up. Not as high as I thought it might. I thought it might go to 6, but hey, there's our little spike that we're looking for. It might continue to go higher. It depends on what's going on right now. It doesn't look like we're absorbing much at the poles right now. The auroras are pretty weak. They're there, but they're pretty weak. So that's good, but that's all about to change here real soon. Okay, a little calm before the storm here. here's this M5.1 the other day that went off, and that's the absorption that we took right there. We talked about that the other day. Let's go ahead and open up the tracker, the slacker tracker. And lo and behold, boom. See, they got one of them hitting us as soon as this thing loads up. Let it load, Lord. There we go. Hopefully get a good clear shot. So bing, even with the white intensity, it looks like it's clipping us, but it gets intense white right as it approaches. So we're going to take one on the chin right here. Okay. And it's going to be another absorption event. And we all know what happens when we absorb this energy. Something else we should probably do is open up this one as well. Wingo, open the bar. Just one more second here. There we go. The Lord's been teaching me patience today. I used to have such patience before, and now it seems I have lost it, and we are learning it all over again. All right, here we go. Now our impact has been pushed back a little bit to the 26th here. All right, so you see, boom, impact right there. We're gonna take one, and hopefully it's not too big of one. But there's several lined up in a row. All right, this is just showing the first of like a couple. All right, so let me back out of this. I think we're good. We'll just leave that there. Let's come on over here to the spaceweather.com real quick. Let me take a sip here. NOAA forecasters say there's a chance of minor G1 geomagnetic storm for the next 3 days. 3 days. This is in response to multiple CMEs expelled by the sun, some of them approximately aimed at Earth. Approximately aimed at Earth. Okay, that's their wording. Glancing blows could disturb our planet's magnetic field on January 4th, 25th, 26th. Hyperactive sunspot is crackling with solar flares, and almost all of them are coming from hyperactive sunspot region AR3561. There have been more than a dozen M-class eruptions in the past day and a half. Look at all these. This is the GOES X-ray flux, and it's showing you M2, M4, M3, M5, M1, M3, M1, another M1, M4, M1, 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 M3. Just boom, 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 boom. This thing has been crackling. Where was the hidden video? There it is. All right. Look at this. There's two of them going off at the same time. Bang, bang. So the sun is, these are hyperactive sunspot regions. And this one's still turning, facing the Earth. Every time something happens on them, it's coming our direction. Anything that's on this disk that's facing us, we are going to get some of, all right, unless it comes way off the limb and is going the other direction. But anything that breaks the barrier of the limb is now partially facing us. The more it comes to the middle, the more it's facing us. But here we are, right, almost dead center on both sides. We're getting hit from this one and hit from that one. You see the satellite glitching out a little bit right here. Bzzz. That means it's coming our way. It glitched out the satellite between us and the sun already. So that means there's something coming our way. What was the other thing here? The profusion of flares since the late hours of January 22nd directly tracks the rapid growth of AR3561, which didn't exist when the week began. All right, so this thing just cropped up in the last week. It is now a sprawling sunspot group 100,000 kilometers wide with more than 20 dark cores. It has a mixed polarity magnetic field that makes it naturally prone to frequent eruptions. NOAA forecasters estimate a 75% chance of more M class flares on January 24th. Look, they said the same thing. Make that 100%. We've already observed two. How many will there be when the day is over? Ooh, good question. What does this next day hold? Are we going to see an X flare? All right, we seen one not too long ago, so let's pray. Everybody, start praying seriously. Okay, it works. Pray seriously. Moving on. And we'll talk about that in the spiritual segment later on. Over here, it's your Schumann. And for those of you who've been paying attention for a minute, I'll let the chart do the talking, okay? For a second here. I'll let you guys take that in for a minute. Take a sip here. The Gauntlet. You guys been running the Gauntlet. So have I, man. Today was so intense. So many times today I lost it. And I had a lot of things to do. And I was praying, Lord, please just help me keep composure today. And boom, I'd lose it. And next thing you know, Lord, I'm doing it again. Please help me. So your magnetic field has been fluctuating a lot lately, all right? And it's not very strong for a while. Since way back here, did we have any kind of decent strength in our magnetic field? Look at this. Bing, cut right through it. All right, so it struggles along, scrapes, struggles along barely, scrapes. Look how weak it got there. Look at this. Right in there. And then this whole gap, this whole little gap starting from that little black box, that's a very weak magnetic field. It doesn't mean it's all the way down, all right? If it went all the way down, we'd all burn up instantly, all right? Something to remember is that the core itself is still magnetized. So is the material around it. Much like a nail that you add electricity to and turn it into a magnet, it's an electromagnet. Once you remove the electricity, it loses its magnetism, but it retains some for a brief little while, okay? It's because the molecules line up in the same direction for a little while. Well, that's been the material that our core is made out of is still magnetic, okay? So it will still provide a very weak field, but very, very weak. And this is the same resonance that your body and your brain resonate at. So any disruptions in the 7.83 hertz are disruptions in you. How you guys handling it? Are you handling it like I am? Are you praying? Lord, I caught myself losing it again. Please help me. These people are driving me insane. Excuse me. One that I learned, I've been using a lot. It's from AA, but it's still a very important prayer, and I use it a lot. Not just for AA. I'm constantly going, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. And then somebody else goes and does something, and then I'm like, Lord, help me accept the things I cannot change. So you might find yourself doing that a little bit here lately, or soon. Anyways, as you can see, our polar vortex has changed again. It's no longer egg-shaped or, stretched out. It's getting more round, circular. It's still not perfect circle, but it's getting more circular in fashion than the stretched out long effect that we had before. Just updated there. Something else, look at the center of this. Is rotating right over this island right here. Wonder if there's volcanic activity going on underneath there. And that's just a little instrumentation glitch type thing effect from where all the polar, this is where all the magnetic field lines converge at the North Pole. All right. This is where all the energy that gets caught up in the auroras gets all diverged to this point right here. And this point sends it down to the core. Whatever effect, the magnetic effect has this, or the magnetic field or whatever that's very intense at that part of that region of the earth, the very top right there where everything's converging, probably disrupts this instrument somehow in this flow. Okay, but it's not a UFO up there. Okay, guys. Anyways, back to business though. Our big old vortex now. This one's more organized. This one is losing strength over here on the American side. What I want to point out here, come back here, you. All right. Is this flow where it splits up, where this flow is, unleashing. It's not unleashing anymore. It's diverging and going into this one and wrapping around. It used to be pointing down at the country here, and for a while, it was actually aiming this way. Now it is twisted all the way around to here now. Do you guys see this? You've been following me for the last week or so. You've seen this thing switch from this funnel right here pointing in this direction. It was way back here. Now it is shifted. Boom. All right. So with that shifting, creates these other sub-vortexes. All right. The main feed that's going into this, all right, has this little vortex, but it's not much. The one I was talking about last night was over here, just above India, here in China, just on the western flank of China here. And it's circling back around and kind of aiming towards Israel and stuff. Now that vortex has shifted more this way. It has lost its strength. It's not as powerful or organized. So now that one has shrunk. It's still there, but it has shrunk in size and in power. Notice this one over here. This one has changed now. This one has grown in size, and it looks like it's picking up strength now, and it's contributing to the feed going into the main vortex. So as we pull back just right there, I think it is. Now, do you see how this bigger vortex is affecting these other little ones, and vice versa, how these little ones in response are affecting the big one? Okay, these things are shifting every day. I wouldn't be doing daily reports if this thing wasn't changing every day. Well, I would be actually, because everything's changing every day now, so time to do it every day. Anyways, every night, I guess, for some of us. Going over to this other vortex now. The other side of our bipolar vortex is still here, but it's weakening. And let me show you something here. I'm going to put it right there as I pull up. And we're going to go up a layer, or down a layer, sorry. Now, from the upper polar vortex down a layer, do you see how that other vortex has created a bubble type effect here? All right, where there's kind of very absence of the other vortex. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a strong area, and then we got this really tiny weak area. All right, so now when we go even lower down to the upper jet stream, do you see how it kind of corresponds? Down in here, watch. All right, now this flow in the upper jet stream has pulled a new maneuver. It's feeding intense flow. This is the hot cocktail I talk about. This is where warm air, cold air collide, and we get these super fast jet streams with moist, cold air coming right at the coast. All right, this is the atmospheric river that's about to slam this whole area, and that's what we were watching on the forecast tonight or last night. Was this region under the gun sun here next, okay? Because look at the setup that we got. This is the upper jet stream right there. And if we can keep that in the frame and grab the box, go to the lower jet, you can see it's still intense. That's the lower jet stream. That's where storms are right in there. Okay, so they're headed towards the west coast right there. Look how they drop down. See this big low pressure right here? It's causing it to drop way down. And look what it's doing now. It's coming right up through Tornado Alley again. So here we go, folks. Here we go. Because this flow with our wild weather, and we have three events coming in, three absorption events, 4 days in a row now. 24th, 25th, 26th, and now 27th. All right. That's only going to add more energy to these storms and make them fire up even harder. Okay, so there's your, the bigger picture. Now's the time to start going over to some of your better weather forecasters to get into the micromanaging of it and stuff, and give you more detailed forecasts with better weather apps. I like Dr. Reed, of course. He chases tornadoes now, has forever, but there's some good weathermen out there. But now you know kind of what our flow looks like and what to expect here. And we're going to go through this weather report here in a minute too. Let me just get out of here and check out the SO2 real quick. I don't know if many people report on this because this is the gas that surrounds the magma down below. This is what's being pushed up through the perforations in the crust from the pressure from the magma down below pushing on the underside of the crust. The magma's not coming out yet, but all the gas that's in the way is coming out first. It's like when you poop, all the farts come out first, then the real stuff comes out, all right? So all this sulfur dioxide, which smells like farts, okay? It's rotten egg smell, sulfur dioxide, okay? Earth farts, somebody called them. But you can see that our pressure is built in this region right here, and I'm trying to keep it at the right coloration because I don't want to accidentally darken it more than it really looks. All right, and China's a good gauge. You see a couple of dark patches growing in the middle, but this whole region still has pressure, okay? And for a long time it has. And I've been saying for a while, watch out for China, watch out for China. Well, it didn't happen in this region right here where all the pressure is, but it sure did happen right outside this non-pressure zone. There's so much compact earth right here that there's no perforations in the crust. All right, this is a sea or an ocean at one time with so much water pressure on top of it that it compacted the land so densely that there's no perforations. This is a solid piece of crust where there's no perforations. All right, but right around the fringe is where you're going to see a pressure release. Okay, and that's where we saw our big earthquakes from. Anyways, our pressure looks, I would say, from 4.5 yesterday, we're kind of creeping up. I'd say we're at 5. It's nothing too big. I've seen it worse. Java is always a good indicator. Well, it's darkening up too and filling in. Okay, the whole island was, it was kind of dissipating along this end and kind of more concentrated up here, but it's kind of filling in. So I would say our pressure is on the rise. Okay, and this is why I would say that, but as well as the sun, the earthbound, we're already getting absorbing stuff. The earth is already kind of reacting. Okay, so enough of that. Let's get on over to the earthquake report. Okay. Let me just say that I think it's this one and this one were just recent, just when I went to go live. Yeah, that's a 4.3 down at 392 right here on the trench or on the plate boundary here, 5.1 down at 10. All right, these were just recent ones, I believe. Other than that, earlier in the day, we had our 4.5 down at 5:30. Okay, this is the deep quake that triggers the upper surface ones. Yep, 4.9 down here at 124. You know what we do with 0.9s around here? The same thing the USGS does, but in the opposite direction. Okay, here's our 6.3 right here, right on pretty close to the plate boundary right here. And oh, I know there was no tsunami, but it sometimes gives us a 6.5 instead. So let's go with 6.5 because I'm trying to be realistic here. All right. I'm not trying to cheat here. We all know about USBS. So I'm trying to just kind of keep it real like another person does. Okay. I don't blame him at all. I can see why he says it. All right. Backing out of this 6.5 right there. That's a 6.5. That's almost 7. We're getting closer to 7. I was telling you, watch out. We're going to start ramping up in magnitude. Here's a good indicator, 6.5. I see why they downgraded it so it would look like it's a serious 6. Here's a 5.3 down at 132. That's another semi-deep quake. It's not a surface quake, so we got little rumblings down, a little deeper into the crust here. A 4.4 at 19 up here. Now, this is just above these little twin canyons, all right? The new little spot right here. 5.0 Volcano Islands. Let's zoom in. I wonder if there's a volcano there. Oh, sure enough, look. There's a volcano right there. And as we pull back a little bit, you can see this little range. Let's try something here. This little mountain range, this sea mounts right here, underwater mountain range, okay? Sea mounts. This one's made it to the surface. There's some that are, right here below the surface, but our activity here, this 5.0, is not at the surface. If it was a 10.0, or I mean at a depth of 10, that'd be different. It's down at 144. This is magma moving around underneath these volcanoes. And release some energy right there. There's a bigger one that's made it to the surface as well. So right in between these two volcanoes on this little sea mount, this little mountain range type structure, see these two come together, they blend back together right into this zone. Perfect area for it, actually. 5.0 Volcano Islands. We'll have to put that on our little new area to watch list. Okay, it could be a potential weak spot. All right. 5.1 down at 35.5. We have 4.7 up here in the peninsula. Finally, not much made it across. A few little mouse farts up in there. Not much down in this region. We did have our little quake yesterday there. San Andreas, 2.6 right there. But these two, the lower San Andreas, a 4.8 at a depth of 10 and a 4.5 right there. Both of those at a depth of 10 right there. That's this, is there one on one side, one on the other? No, they're both on the same side. Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah, they're both on the same side. Yep. All right. Sorry about the zooming in and stuff. Sometimes it's important. We got to just take note of that. Again, here in Texas, nothing too big, but you guys have perforations in the crust there. We all understand why. This is a weak spot, all right? All little small quakes. which is perfect. We want to keep it that way. This is not a weak spot area where we want big quakes busting out. We will take little ones. I'll be thankful for those. Up here in the New Madrid zone, this is a 2.8 here in Trimble, Tennessee, down at 3.5. That's a very close to the surface quake right here. And yeah, it's what I was afraid of. Right here, this little hook is the New Madrid. So it's right along it. Okay, so to stay aware of this little region, we have the um, I'm trying crouton that's underneath here, and this is right on the edge of it. Crouton. Whew. It has been a gauntlet today. All right, here we go. Brand new quake just on the map. 5.4 down at 118 here on our fulcrum point here, Chile. Just happened because that was not there just a minute ago. Before that, though, we had a 4.4 down at 114, one on the boundary right here at 4.6, and a 4.7. So mid-range 4 energy was around this area today, releasing even right on the plate boundary. It wasn't enough because now we have even bigger 5.4. Gee, I wonder what it really was. Maybe a 5.6, maybe. We could bump it up 2 since we bumped it up 2 on the last one. So a little bit stronger energy out there, okay, guys? And even though we have our new little, like, weak spot punching bag type effect here where all the energy was being released in one area, today they've had a 5.2 here. Some of these other ones, 4.3, 4.5, all mid-range 4s. There was a 4.6, 4.7 there. Ooh, I think I just felt my bed shake. No way. All right. Anyways, almost to 5 right there. Well, you know what we do with 0.9s here. 4.6. Oh, you know what we do with 0.9s, right? So let me just talk about that really quick. Where did that 0.9 go? Come here, you. Yeah, 4.9. So when you go to the store and it's $49.99, how much are you paying? Yeah, I heard everybody say $50. Right. So it might as well be $50. And everybody falls for that stuff. Oh man, it's $49.99. To me, it makes it sound like it's even more expensive. You know? All these 9s on it? Really? Are you serious? Why can't you just round it to a 0? Make things simple. Anyways, moving on. Here's this other little spot right here. This is a different place. This is 4.2, and I want to show you real quick here. There it is. This yellow one right here. This is the one that happened the other day. This 5.1 kind of gave it away here when I saw this in a different region outside the Gobi Desert right there on that fringe we were talking about. I kind of had a feeling this might be an indicator of a weak area, and it wasn't right there, but it was darn close. It was right next door here, and there's that's been our little quake swarm area since. And here, let's just kind of take out this and take out that. I got so much stuff going on. All right, there's a total of all the quakes yesterday and today's for that region. There we go. All right, so new weak spot in this area. And we'll have to watch this area as well because it's still close by. And it kicked out a 5.1, which is no slouch. And then we had, what was the other one I was looking at? Oh, right here. This is the other one that we had today. 4.2. So as we pull out here, pull back, I mean, you could see right at the edge of this lake bed, this old ancient lake bed or seabed, seafloor, whatever you want to call it, here in the weak zone where the shoreline would meet is right there. We were even having it on the other side here. 4.5. So watch this whole region here in China now, because if this is like a big solid plate and it won't move, it has these weak areas around the edge of it. So we might continue to see quakes here in China around this area now. Here's our fulcrum quakes from the last week. We don't really need to go over those, but I wanted you to kind of get a full idea of what's kind of going on in that region right now. Over here in Greece, or no, Turkey, sorry, 4.2. They need to have more activity in this area. It's gonna get weird. Same with Iceland. All right, they're not reporting quakes here in Iceland, but there have been quakes here in Iceland. And as you can see, we got red showing up here on the screen, and our activity might start picking up here from this moment forward. Let me. Whoops. I want to go back to this. Iceland, we got quakes up there. They're not reporting them on this site, but watch this area act up. In fact, let's just go over to the volcano report right now and talk about this real quick. Cool. All right. All right. So we've had a new volcano added to the list. There was 27 yesterday. There's 28 today. We got Fuego here, Popo, Samaru. We're going to go through them all. Notice Grimsvatn. Okay. Grimsvatn, Iceland. Since the glacial flood forming the Hogulup, literally the glacial run, reached its peak river about a week ago, the water level started to decrease and is now at background levels prior to the flood. All right. The seismic tremors have been declining. So, see, there have been seismic tremors, but they've been declining. Well, that's because we had that break for a little while in pressure. But what do we got on the way? 3-4 days now, inbound energy. This is all going to change. And guess what? Watch this volcano go off next. All right. It's already been active. So Ibu here, Semaru to 15,000 feet today, Marapi 12,000, Dukono 9,000. Here we are at Popo 21,000, 15,000 at Fuego, Reventador 19,000. What? Cotopaxi. Now there's one we haven't heard in a moment. It did go off last year? I think it was a couple times last year. 21,000 feet. It just came to life and it's already spewing at 21,000 feet. Uh-oh, watch out, Ecuador. And we'll have to keep an eye on this one now. 21,000 feet. Here we go. Sabancaya, unable to detect. I bet it was off the charts because that one's been going pretty high lately. So I'll just open up the 23rd here and continue on. So Popo, well, you can just miss this. Suwanosejima, Ibu still at volcanic ash advisory. Semaru on the island of Java, okay, 15,000 feet. Remember, we were just talking about the pressure underneath Java, and now here we have Semaru going up to 15,000 feet. Marapi, which is just on the next island over on Sumatra. Sorry, it's jumping around there. 12,000 feet at Marapi. You can see this big plume just reaching up to the sky. Here we are at Popocatépetl again, 19,000 feet. Sangay, 20,000. So remember, it said it was unable to detect the one earlier today. So the last one they did detect was at 20,000. Remember, we're talking, these guys were just about to break 10,000 feet. Now, a bunch of them are way over 10,000, and we got ones, 20,000 is common now. All right. It used to be rare to have a 20,000 foot blast, and now we got several of them, and it's like no big deal anymore. Where was the other one? Oh, it was on the M map. My bad. Let's continue on. Sabancaya Villarica. That one's fun to say. The explosion of eruption at the volcano continues at moderate levels. Continuous bright emissions of steam and gas are emitting from the summit. All right. Blah, 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 blah. And that goes into the 22nd. So all of these, expect to see these altitudes increase and new ones come to life, even ones that weren't on the yellow list. All right. Like Cotopaxi. All right. So just like diverse quakes, we're having diverse volcanoes. You know, these ones that are on the map that we're used to seeing, and then it's something else that goes off. All right. Like this one up here in Iceland, Reykjanus. Well, it plugs up. Watch out. It might come back to life. If it doesn't, it might be the one over Grunwaldnu. I'll have to get that name down. Forgot what it was. All right. Sorry, it's been a long day. Continuing on here. Let's get our forecast done. Already experiencing severe weather in this region. When you look at this map, I want you to think increased energy 4 days in a row. Okay. Not so much a bombogenesis, a true one, but the bombogenesis effect, where these storms will become stronger than what the model is predicting, I believe, because the model takes into consideration the weather patterns, but it doesn't know about the added geomagnetic energy that's added to this that just makes these storms stronger than what people are expecting. And that's why I keep showing you in the intros these gnarly storms, because they're way stronger than people were expecting. All right, so let this loop finish up, and we're just going to dive in and try to get this taken care of here. All right, opening frame. Make sure it's the opening one. All right, good. Opening frame, current conditions, the nighttime of the 23rd. We have this quasi-linear starting to form, this storm front right here starting to form, and it's got severe red in the, growing in towards the center of it here. Let me just get you it's about as big as I can get it. All right. So there's your current conditions right now. All right. Now I want to go the next 4 hours. This thing's going to go QLCS. There's a quasi-linear storm front right here. And do you see these things in the back? These are pop-ups behind it. This usually has pop-ups in front. So watch out. You see how there's stuff back behind here? This could be the stuff back behind new pop-ups that come out in front of it. All right, that's what we're worried about the most, is these, as this storm pushes up and up this way and that way at the same time, it drags stuff up into it, and little pop-ups erupt out in front of them. A lot of you guys know this already, but then we have our storm coming in here on the Pacific Northwest. All right, so that'll be the let's see, we're nighttime, so this will be the morning, tomorrow morning, the morning of the 24th. This will be the noon time, my bad. Let me go ahead and zoom back out so we can reference the time here, because that is very crucial now. So backing up, conditions, the nighttime right here. And we're talking Louisiana, Texas, all the way up through Arkansas. You see it reaching up to Tennessee there, even cutting off the edge of Mississippi right there. Then the morning hours, they're going to wake up to severe weather, possible tornadoes in this whole linear storm front right there, starting from up here in Kentucky all the way down to the coast of Texas. This whole linear storm front right there is going to possibly wreak havoc. We have to watch this carefully. Everybody pray. You don't know how powerful your prayers are. Some of you are finding out and being shocked. But here we are now at the noon time of the 24th here. This is when the sun's at its highest in the sky. We got convection starting. Clouds are boiling, bubbling, brewing. And here we have this already very strong QLCS. Now, here's the storm front right here. Do you see this red pop up right out in front of it there? The line is back here, but there's a pop up out in front of it. That's the stuff we're so worried about, okay? So watch out. This could be very, very dangerous. It doesn't look like it's one of those huge monster storms, but this is going to catch people off guard, especially in the morning. I pray it's not too bad in the morning. This is when the sun goes down, and okay, everybody in this zone right here, I would watch out. All right, even though it's just this linear thing, it could be behind. It could be a little bit more ahead than this time frame, but everybody in this region needs to know that this long quasi-linear storm front is going to be moving through there, but with pop-ups, with pop-ups possible out in front of it. Try to say that 4 times fast while coughing. All right. Convection into the nighttime. Now, finally, it does kind of dissipate. It branches out. It stretches out a little bit. It doesn't like blossom even harder, but the potential is still there at night for severe weather. Okay, nocturnal thunderstorms. Even if you don't get tornadoes, we're talking big hail, high winds, flash flooding, everything that comes with a lot of rain, and a lot of wind. So this is going to be dangerous. Now, the nighttime of the 24th going into the morning of the 25th, there's still chances down here. Noontime, still chances there. The convection of the 25th right here across Tennessee. There's the nighttime. Then we go into the morning of the 26th. Trying to get rid of the wavy lines. Icing again. If I miss an icing event, don't forget to look for them. All right. Pink is ice. Snow. We got another storm coming here. Again, down here, this is going to be the noontime with convection coming onshore. Possible water spouts making landfall right there in Alabama, Florida Panhandle, right there at the convection on the 26th. That'll be dangerous. This, I don't know what to say. It looks like it's starting to rotate and pick up strength that might kick that out of there. This is still severe chances, though. Yeah, it kicks it out of there and starts to wrap up. We got severe chances on the backside of this low here in Arkansas. And then it starts to push up through the noontime of the 27th. Here we are, the end of convection. Thunderstorms to the south of it a little bit. Hopefully this doesn't go linear. It looks almost there, but that's the nighttime of the 27th. It starts to go offshore. The severe part does. We still have wraparound snow, little tiny ice pockets. Meanwhile, this area has just been getting hammered the whole time. Then we go, that's the end of convection, the 28th, and it's out of there. Now, mainly the activities up here in British Columbia for a minute. For the next several hours, we're talking 72 hours possibly there. Then another storm front coming here, California, and really kind of developing here by the morning of the 2nd, getting into the mountainous area by the noon of the 2nd. There's the end of convection, the nighttime, morning of the 3rd. Watch out down here. Noontime. You see all this big cold air mass. These are tight millibars, high winds. There's going to be strong winds going through this whole region, okay? So, you might be getting power outages, knocking trees on the power lines, whatever. As this moist air comes up and bumps up into this, see this dent right here? Let me go back real quick. Okay, it's starting to push up into this cold air mass. Boom. There's your icing event. Was popping up snow as well. Whoops. Now look how this thing goes reverse axis. Most storms are leaning this way. This tilt is backwards. I'm trying to think of the terminology for it. I'll think of it in a minute here. Anyways, we got a backwards angle here instead of going this way. coming back this way, creating ice here in Nebraska. So we back up one. There it is starting at the nighttime of the 3rd. That's the morning of the 4th there in Nebraska. Also, the noontime, pushing down, the snow actually pushes down and causes a flat little. Wow, look how this is changing. This is going horizontal here, icing down in Oklahoma, Arkansas again. Then look at this, how this air kind of rushes over the moisture here, causing icing from Arkansas through Tennessee around here, around the 5th, the morning of the 5th. We'll watch this. This thing, whatever it's doing, is different. And let's pray these models change, because icing this low, look at here, South Carolina, Georgia. All right, and that's way out in the forecast. It's not set in stone, but it is there, okay? And to watch out for possibly in the near future. All right. The reason why we do this is to give you a heads up, an advanced warning, and current conditions as well. So you guys in this region will have a heads up and be able to warn family and friends in that area, or take, precautions yourself. All right. Thank you, Lord. Whew. I spit it all out. All right. Got a lot else to cover tonight, so let me just keep going here and start getting rid of some of these backup sites here while you guys watch that map for a second here. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. The volcano one takes up a lot. All right. Kind of clicking out of these. All right, so we got this one here. Put that one on my channel here. Okay. What were we doing, Lord? Oh, really wanted to. Oh, now I'm gonna do something different all of a sudden here. I guess we're gonna try something different. You know that video, that the latest one that we were kind of dissecting and stuff? I really don't want to go over it much, but somebody else wants me to keep covering it, so I'm gonna do a quickie on that. So hang on. I'm just opening up a new page here real quick. I'll just pull up that video here real quick. Where are we? There we go. And let there be magic. All right, cool. I guess we'll set the audio up and stuff here real quick. Can we just really have the full screen? We don't need a Terminator and all that. Come on now. All right, just kind of get this video pulled up. All right, this is a very shocking video, you guys. For those of you who don't believe this is real, you're lucky. For those of you who know that this is real now and have done your homework and found out, okay, it's a little unnerving. It's a little disturbing. It should bring peace, but still, it's out of the norm. It's shocking. All right, so I'm gonna fight all these little wavy lines. Really, just leave it right there, Brian. All right, so let me hook up some sound. I guess we're gonna do this audio thing again too, but just a couple of the messages just to refresh what was said in there. I guess. Is that what you want, Lord? Refresh what was said in there. Okay. So let's go to the opening here and set it at the right speed here. Now, this message is an EVP. For those of you who aren't aware of what we're doing here, an EVP, electromagnetic voice print. What we got? Yeah, I know who's here. You guys know what's going on. Good. I'm going to start this EVP at 0.75 so we can hear it best. And I got these little speakers that don't have as much bass, so we should be able to hear our message, our Lord's message, a little bit clearer here as I attempt to change things up. I did not plan on doing this, so that's the way my whole day has gone. It's like I make plans and he steps right in front of me and trips me up and says, "No, we're doing this instead." All the way to Sparks and back. I was so close to hell, I was in Sparks today. All right. No, not that speaker. This one. Okay, yeah, these two, I guess. And this is still gonna work? How? Oh, going down here, I see. All right, sorry, I mumbled to myself. Let's get this started here. I don't want to blast your ears out or nothing either.
Go! Holy fucker. Go! Go! Oh.
All right. It says Jesus is close. The word. He is the Christ who's coming quickly. All right. The other ones are a little different and hard to hear, and I really don't want to explain them because they're basically gonna be weird talking to me, and it's more of a message to me than it is to you. So let's go on to the next one though that was captured right here. All right. I believe it's right there.
Oh, holy fuck.
Sorry about the profanity.
No, I don't know.
Oh, that's what you wanted me to say? Oh. Okay. Quickly before it's lost, that guy's reaction when it tells him that the message comes out, and then he says, I don't know. It's actually a reaction to what was subliminally said in the EVP. So let's get this one real quick. I'll try to pick this out again. All right.
I don't know.
Excuse the profanity one more time. It's the person who's recording, but we got to do it to hear the message. So just listen. The profanity actually, he's in shock, or she.
No, Oh. Oh. Holy fuck.
Oh, wait.
No,
I think not. I don't believe it. Yeah, they don't believe it, even though they're seeing it. It still doesn't believe it. This one had to be played at a different speed. I believe it was. Yeah. Let's try it one more time here, because I'm just trying to get this done so we can move on. All right. Bear with me here. Oh, good Lord.
I don't know. Holy fuck.
Right?
Oh. 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 Holy.
Right now. Here.
Holy fuck. Oh.
So it says, in the flesh, right now, here, and the now here is one word together. It's two sentences blended into the one word. It's saying he's in the flesh right now here, here, now here. All right, so I guess that's the message he wants to put out there. All right, so let me get that squealing thing out of the microphone there. Unplug that. And you guys, hopefully we caught that a little bit there. You can come over here. I posted this link in the community. Listen to it yourself if you dare. But a very, very, very important event. Should be headlines in the news right now. You know why? You know why there's so many other headlines and they're distracting you so much? Because this stuff is going on. Why isn't anybody covering this? This is a real event, you guys. This is probably one of the most important events we've had in human history in a long time, other than these things that I've been capturing. This is someone else capturing the same stuff that's been happening around me. That's how I know this stuff is real, okay? Because for personal experience, I haven't experienced this quite yet, but it's very similar stuff. The EVPs, all of it. Okay, that's how I can tell you this is 100% authentic. All right, and it should be huge news. But just think about it. If it did break worldwide, it would cause panic and chaos. Not everybody would react the right way. Even true believers like yourselves are grappling with it and struggling with it. But it's a real event. We need to recognize the signs. Okay, and that's a very dramatic sign. You hear 5 times, 2 different messages. There's even more in there, but you guys, I don't think would ever be able to hear it. It's too complex, but you'll hear it someday here pretty soon. Anyways, Jesus is close. He is the Christ who's coming quickly. He is in the flesh here, now here. Okay? Whew. All right. Is that enough, Lord? Gonna move on now? All right, cool. Now back to this. Okay. No, not that one. Ah. All right, hang on. Sorry, folks. Just been one of those days. I have been struggling to listen like a good boy. Help me, Lord. Where are we going? Oh, this one. Okay. All right. All right. Whoa.
Face here. Jesus' face. He's pulling open his shirt.
Well, let's get this.
His heart's radiating out.
Theater mode right there. All right. I'm trying to get rid of the wavy lines. Can you see the other face in the clouds over there that it's making? It's making my face here in the clouds. See that face right here? Yeah, it's making my face in the clouds. Tearing his shirt open, exposing his heart. His heart's radiating out these waves. I'm trying to get the wavy lines out of there so they don't confuse you with the waves that are actually coming off of his heart here. All right, good. Maybe we'll wavy out my face and focus more on his. There we go. Get that one out of there. I want this one more. All right, just like Superman to the rescue, here's Jesus tearing open his shirt, exposing his heart. His heart's radiating out these waves. He's wearing sunglasses. Don't ask me why. This is just what I capture, okay? So, there we go. We kind of X out this other face. Makes it a little focus more on that one right there. All right, now we're going to do a reading here. I had something very important, I guess, to say today because we had to sit down and go over this, I guess. So, I'm going to do my best to help convey his message today. Oh my. All right, bear with me a sec. Take a sip of water. And clear out the riffraff. No, there's no riffraff here at this channel. You guys are all good. You're just, some are quick learners and some are take a little bit longer, is all. Yeah, there's faces all over this picture. There's angels over here, all kinds of weird stuff going on in this image. But I don't want you looking at that stuff in the background. I want you focusing on this man right here. This is the man who was tortured, loved you so much and didn't do anything wrong, was tortured, took all your punishment. He's like a superhero, man. We have movies about heroes and stuff, but they don't even they pale in comparison to what this man did. So, anyways, let me get my light set up here. All right, Lord, is this what you want me to start with? Okay. All right, let me do this. I am calling you to a life of constant communion with me. Basic training includes learning to live above your circumstances, even while interacting on that cluttered plane of life. You yearn for a simplified lifestyle so that your communication with me can be uninterrupted. But I challenge you to relinquish the fantasy of an uncluttered world. Accept each day just as it comes and find me in the midst of it all. Talk with me about every aspect of your day, including your feelings. Remember that the ultimate goal is not to control or fix everything around you, it is to keep communing with me. Your ultimate goal is just to commune with me. It's that simple. A successful day is one in which you have stayed in touch with me. Even if many things remain undone at the end of the day, do not let your to-do list, written or mental, become an idol directing your life. Instead, ask my spirit to guide you moment by moment. He will keep you close to me. I have promised to meet all your needs according to my glorious riches. Your deepest, most constant need is for my peace. I have planted peace in the garden of your heart, where I live. But there are weeds growing there too. Pride, worry, selfishness, unbelief. I am the gardener, and I am working to rid your heart of those weeds. I do my work in various ways. When you sit quietly with me, I shine the light of my presence directly into your heart. In this heavenly light, peace grows abundantly and weeds shrivel up. I also send trials into your life. When you trust me in the midst of trouble, peace flourishes and weeds die away. So thank me for the troublesome situations. The peace they can produce far outweighs the trials you endure. More? Okay, more, I guess. Oh, I'm going to take another sip here. Oh, good, there's still people here. If you walk in the light, living close to me, my blood continually cleanses you from all sins. I repeat, if you walk in the light, which is living close to me, my blood continually cleanses you from all sin. When you become aware of sins, I want you to confess them and seek my help in making needed changes. Nonetheless, your status with me is not based on confessing your sins or confessing your sins quickly enough or thoroughly enough. The only thing that keeps you right with me is my perfect righteousness, which I gave you freely and permanently when you joined my eternal family. Since you are mine, gloriously attired in a robe of righteousness, I invite you to come confidently into my bright presence. Walking in the light of my presence blesses you in many ways. Good things are better and bad things are more bearable when you share them with me. As you delight in my love light, you can love other believers more fully and have fellowship with them. You are less likely to stumble or fall because sins are glaringly obvious in my holy light. So rejoice in my name all day long, enjoying my presence and exulting in my righteousness. For I am the light on from on high that draws upon you. The light let me start again. For I am the light from on high that draws upon you, to give light to those who sit in darkness. Sometimes your circumstances are so difficult and confusing that you feel as if you're surrounded by darkness. But your mind offers up various solutions to your problems, but you've already tried them without success. So you fret and wonder what to do next, feeling helpless and frustrated. At times like this, you need to look up and see my light shining down upon you. Gaze at me in childlike trust, resting in my presence. Let go of problem solving efforts for a while and cease striving and know that I am God. As you relax in my presence, remember that I am the Prince of Peace. The more of me you absorb, the more peaceful you will be. Breathe me in with each breath. After resting with me for a while, tell me about your troubles, trusting me to help you with them. Stay close to me, my child, and I will guide your feet in the way of peace. What a gauntlet. I have been fighting all day to stay ahead of schedule just to get caught up and even get to this show. I was late getting my show started, but we finally made it to the end here, and we've completed the gauntlet for the day. So, everybody, I love you guys. You're doing great out there. I can sense you guys struggling with this, but let these images be reminders. Not scary. All right. Forget about the EVP messages. They're there. They're in the back of your mind. But focus right here on love and what this man does. Okay. All right. You're going to need this. You guys are going to need this as an anchor, as a foundation. That's why I keep showing you these images, because I know what's coming. And you guys are going to be challenged on a level that is going to drive you insane. All right. It has driven me insane. And I have only made it through by his strength. He keeps giving me strength each day to make it through another day. And if it works for me, it can work for you guys. And I just want you guys to understand how this works, so you can really grab hold of it, so you can really have what's really there. This is the truth. This realm is more real than what you guys are living in. All right. You guys understand that? This realm is eternal. You are here just for a split second in time, momentarily here. Okay. This is what you have to deal with for eternity. That's forever. Okay. You're eventually going to have to face it. So I'm giving you guys this other avenue, this avenue of peace, and knowing that what you guys are watching in the media, the lies, the deception, you can all see the big deception now. It wasn't, this or that. It's the media. It's our society, and you guys have a big head start on everybody. Okay. And it's important that you guys understand how this works, like I said, and just trust. Okay, these were costly images. It's extremely painful to hold the camera up for long enough for these things to gel and come together and actually capture them. So you're looking at a lot of pain right there that I had to endure to bring this to you. So I'm not proud of it or like that. I'm just trying to share with you guys something so crucial that I've discovered, and through my experiences in life, try to help you guys cope with the supernatural, the paranormal, the supernatural, the divine realm. Okay, that you're actually in this planet, and your consciousness are in the divine realm. You guys don't even know what you are, really. You guys are little gods running around. That's why your prayers are so powerful. They don't want you knowing that. Well, guess what? Somebody's here to kind of set you free. All right? And know and trust and just believe. Okay? It's amazing thing happens when you trust and you believe me. This wonderful little spark happens when you trust me and believe me. All of a sudden, your perspective on life changes in a in a much better way it would be if you hadn't seen or known, right? Okay, so that's it for tonight. I love you all. I miss you all. God bless you all. And until my next show, I'll be back.